The Bible tells us that anyone who loves God must do this one thing. What is it? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today on the devotional coming up. Hello, welcome back to the One Verse Daily Devotional. My name is Matt. So glad that you're with me here today. And we look at just one simple verse every single day to grow a little bit deeper in our faith. And our one verse today is short but powerful, and one that we definitely need here in 2020. Our one verse comes out of 1 John. Now, we've been going to a lot of John's writings recently. This is the same. We were in the Gospel of John a lot, looking at the I am passages a couple weeks ago. Now we're in 1 John, and we were in 1 John yesterday. Same John, same person, just later on in his life. And so here is a disciple, someone who was very close to Jesus, maybe the closest human on earth to Jesus. Jesus is a best friend. And so when John speaks, we should probably listen to him, right? He knew the heart of Jesus. And so I love the writings of John, and he just has so much wisdom and guidance and just leadership for us. And so his writings are really special. And our one verse today is 1 John chapter 4, verse 21. And it says, "And he has given us this command: anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister." There it is, folks. It's right there, black and white. If you love God, you have to love your brother and sister. And love is something that we haven't seen a lot of this year, isn't it? We've seen racism. We've seen bigotry. We've seen hatred. In the last couple of years with the Me Too movement, we've seen a lot of abuse. Verbal, sexual, physical. It's heartbreaking, right? And so the church, true followers of Jesus, light bearers, those who are passionate about spreading the light and the love of Jesus to this dark and hurting world, which I hope that's what you're about. Many of you are some faithful people here to the podcast and the YouTube channel. And so I know that you're all in, right? And it's us. It's those who care about that, who care about love, that have to step up and stand against evil, stand against bigotry, stand against racism, and say, we will fight for love. It says, if you love God, if you say that you love God, you have to love your brother and sister. Now the question is, who's my brother and sister? Right? You might be thinking that and be like, well, yeah, but that's someone who doesn't believe the same way I do, or go to the same church as I do, or they're not my brother and sister. They're not related to me. Like, who is our brother and sister? So let's break that down for a second. First of all, I would say that anyone in the body of Christ, in the family of God, would be our spiritual brother and sister. It doesn't matter what church they go to. If it's a Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're our brother and sister. We might disagree with them about some doctrines. We might disagree with them about maybe how they apply or read the scriptures. That's fine. That we got to come together on the essentials, right? They are our brother and sister if they believe in Jesus Christ and his death, burial, and resurrection, right? That's our brother and sister in the faith. And so for sure, whether they agree with us or not, when it comes to different aspects of the Christian life, if they're a follower of Jesus, they're our brother and sister. Boom, we need to show them love. Check mark that one off the box, all right? So we got to show our fellow Christians love. It doesn't matter what denomination they go to or church they go to. We show them love. Now, what about those who maybe don't believe the same way that we do? Well, for that, I would kind of expand a little bit and say, well, let's go to the Good Samaritan, right? The parable of the Good Samaritan. Jesus tells the story of someone who was beat up on the side of the road. And actually the first two people to pass by were religious leaders. And it was the Samaritan who had a different faith. Really, the Samaritans did not believe the same as the Jews, right? And there's a lot of other cultural and even somewhat racial diversity there and differences. And yet it was the Samaritan who showed love. And how does Jesus end that parable? He finishes the story and then looks at the person who asked him the question, who said, well, who's my neighbor, right? And he looks back at them and says, in this story, who was the neighbor? And he says, the one who showed compassion, the one who showed love. And Jesus says, yeah, that's right. Now go do the same. So Jesus makes it clear, who is our neighbor? Those who we choose to show love to. That we should show compassion to everyone. It doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter their culture. It doesn't matter how much they make or how they vote. It doesn't matter even what they believe. That we show love. They're our brother and sister. They're our neighbor. If you even want to go bigger than that, well, we all came from Adam and Eve, right? Even after the flood, we all came from Noah. So if you really want to go back down family trees and stuff, we are all brothers and sisters. So who do we show love to? Pretty much the whole world. Everyone. That person you're thinking of right now? Yeah, them. Yeah. We show love because Jesus loved us first. Anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. It's as simple as that. It might not be always easy to do. You might have to give some things to God. You might have to say, all right, Lord, I need your grace. I need your mercy in this area. I need you to help me in this area. That's fine. Man, I would much rather you be struggling with this, asking for God's help, but a heart that you want to love than someone's just like, well, they're not my brother and sister. They're not my neighbor. They don't believe the same way I do. They don't look like me. They don't vote like me, right? Anyone who loves God. Man, there's a lot of people out there that call themselves Christians who are not showing love. Now, I'm not in the position to question if they really love God or if they're really saved. That's not the point of this video, right? That's not the point of this podcast. My point is the Bible makes it clear. You say you love God, you better love others. And so I encourage you, even if this is an area that you struggle in, give it to God, seek after him, seek answers in this area. But John here, the close friend of Jesus, gives us a command. He says, and he has given us this command, that Jesus gave us this command, right? That God has given us this command. It comes from him, passed on through John. Anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister. So please go and love your brothers and your sisters today. Have a great day.